Launching Odis Service. The Odis application is launched from the Scan Tool desktop using the Diag Starter icon. Double-click the icon, then select Offboard Diagnostic Information System. The Release Notes screen will appear upon launch. It lists the vehicles supported, changes and restrictions to Odis since the last update. Each of the changes is a hyperlink that takes you to the information. If the checkbox at the bottom left of the window remains checked, this window will appear again the next time the program is started. To continue, select the OK button in the lower right of the window. The Warnings/Notes screen requires you to take specific action. Read all warnings and notes. After scrolling to the bottom of the list, the OK button turns from gray to black. Selecting the OK button at this point allows you to proceed. This is the Odis main screen. The Odis service window is broken up into multiple sections. At the top of the window, there is an information section. This section lists the importer, dealer, and the order number. If a vehicle is detected, it also lists the vehicle identification number and the engine code. 3 icons determine whether a vehicle is detected, a network connection is detected, or a key is detected. If one of these is not detected, either a red X or a red question mark will appear on top of the icon. To the right of the screen is a side menu area. This area has the operating modes, the data, the extras, the help, information, and trace. At the bottom of the side menu area, there are 3 buttons. The button with the blue arrow collapses and expands the side menu area. The next button collapses and expands both the side menu area and the information area at the top of the screen. The last button closes the Odis window. Before Odis Service allows you to start guided fault finding, the data link connector must be connected and the key recognized in the vehicle. If the scan tool is not connected to the Internet, Odis will still operate. However, it will not perform functions such as software version management, unlocking component protection, or uploading diagnostic logs. From the Odis main screen, select the Start Diagnosis hyperlink. A vehicle identification window appears with the vehicle identification number already in place. The top of this window has automatic or manual vehicle identification selections. If you choose Automatic, carefully review the information that is already inserted to make sure that the vehicle and equipment are identified correctly. If using Manual, use the drop-down menu to identify the vehicle type. This is very similar to the ELSA Web vehicle identification menus. When the vehicle identification is complete, make sure that Work with Guided Fault Finding is checked and select Apply. If Guided Fault Finding is not selected, the diagnostic capabilities are severely limited. At this point, we will skip using the Global User ID. This only means that we will not have access to online features. Vehicle diagnosis now starts. The screen changes and displays many tabs. The Orders tab is automatically selected. However, this tab is not yet used by our market. Select the No Order button at the bottom of the screen to continue. Selecting the No Order button automatically switches the upper tab from Orders to Control Modules, as it begins to look for the control modules that are installed in the vehicle. Note the progress indicator at the lower right side of the screen. The process of identifying the control modules may take a few minutes. After all the control modules have been identified, select OK in the pop-up window. This starts the actual guided fault-finding process. The upper tab switches to the Operation tab. If the vehicle is in transport mode, Odis may give you the option to take the vehicle out of transport mode or leave the vehicle unchanged. There may also be a couple of screens regarding warranty, diagnostic protocol, safety, or ELSA web. After passing these screens, the control modules will be scanned. During these steps, you may be asked to perform a specified actual comparison of the software levels in the control modules using software version management. At this point, we will select No. When actually diagnosing a vehicle, however, you should select Yes. When the vehicle scan is complete, Odis may direct you to the DIS tab. This tab is not used in the North American market. The following upper tabs will probably be the most useful for your next steps in guided fault finding. The Test Plan tab. This tab can be selected to view the test plans loaded by guided fault finding as a result of DTCs in the control modules. The Control Modules tab. This tab can be selected to see which modules have DTCs. Control modules that have recorded DTCs are displayed in red. The number of DTCs is displayed in the Faults column. When the Control Modules tab is selected, the default screen shows the control module list. Notice that there are grayed-out control modules. These are control modules that may not be present on your vehicle depending on the options. If a control module is installed and not communicating with the gateway due to a fault, it also appears as grayed out in the Control Modules screen. Selecting the Display button shows Actual Installation. Selecting Actual Installation narrows the list to the control modules installed on the vehicle. Selecting the Sorting button shows options for sorting by address, fault, or name. Sorting can also be performed by using the address, fault, or name column headers above the control module list. Choosing the lower Networking Diagram tab displays a topology view of the possible control modules on the vehicle. This screen may not represent the exact topology of the vehicle. Always refer to the repair information for the latest topology. Control modules with a thin black border are not identified due to options or communication DTCs. Control modules surrounded by a bold black border are identified and have no DTC events in memory. Red-colored control modules have one or more DTC events in memory. Control modules that are not communicating are grayed out, the same as control modules that are not installed. The status of a control module under the Control Modules tab is static and is not updated until the vehicle is rescanned. Selecting a control module displays a description of the control module at the bottom center of the screen. The topology view can also be modified. It can be zoomed in, and while zoomed in, the finger button can be used to move around within the zoomed view. It can be zoomed back out, and with the arrow button, it can be recentered. To view DTCs, select the DTC Memory List lower tab. Select the plus symbol to expand the control module information and show its DTCs. Expanding the plus symbols further shows standard ambient conditions for when the fault was set. To launch a test plan, select the Test Plan tab. Highlight the test plan available, then select Perform Test at the lower left of the screen. DTCs are automatically erased when exiting guided fault finding. However, this procedure outlines how to erase DTCs before exiting guided fault finding. To erase DTCs, use any of the bottom tabs while the upper Control Module tab is selected. Right-click on any control module and a pop-up menu appears. Select Vehicle OBD. The top option is translated to Complete DTC Memory. This translation issue will be fixed in future versions of Odis. Now select Perform. This takes you to the Results upper tab. From this point on, it remains black instead of gray. In addition to erasing DTCs, the Results tab allows you to recheck the system and see if DTCs have been resolved. You can now choose Erase, either Complete System, Individual, or OBD. At the time of this recording, any choice would erase all DTCs in all control modules. Be careful when erasing all DTCs when an airbag concern is present and not yet repaired. Erasing the DTCs allows the system to re-enable certain components that it may have deactivated because of that DTC. If you want to load your own test plan, make sure the Test Plan tab is selected and go down to the Select Self-Test button on the bottom of the screen. This brings up a Test Overview window. This window allows you to search for test plans. You can expand the folders to find the plan you are looking for, and attach it to the test plan. Or you can search using the magnifying glass button. This button allows you to search by keyword. Once you type in your keyword, select Search. The test plans will be searched and the results will appear. Scroll through the results to find the test plan you are looking for. Select Go To, and it will take you to that test plan. Now you can attach it to the test plan using the Attach to the Test Plan button. Close the window and you can see that your test plan has been attached to the test plans. Note that there is an icon of a person next to this test plan. That is because it is a user-selected test plan. If this test plan is selected, it can be performed or removed. Test plans that have been loaded by Odis cannot be removed. Guided fault finding contains documents that have additional information about a particular system or operation of a system. These documents may be as simple as a connector view, or more complex, such as a complete outline of a test plan, including expected system operation. Documents are available in the test plans, but they can also be accessed using the Test Plan tab. When in the Test Plan tab, you can go down to the Documents button and select it. Two options will appear: Documents for the test plan and Documents for the test program. Documents for the test plan displays documents for all automatically loaded and user-loaded test plans. Documents for the test program displays documents only for the highlighted test plan. Depending on your choice, a list of documents may or may not appear. If the documents you are looking for don't appear, select the Vehicle Documents button at the bottom left of the screen. Selecting the Vehicle Documents button brings up a folder list of all the documents for the vehicle. Expand the folder to view the documents. After you've located the document you want to view, select the Display Document button in the lower center of the window. In this case, the document says it is not translated. Always attempt to view the document because in many cases the documents are available and are translated. To exit the document, select the blue arrow button at the bottom of the screen. It is very important to note that selecting documents exits the diagnosis function of Odis. After selecting Documents, you are now in the Info section. To return to any test plans or other diagnostic features, select the Diagnosis tab on the right side of the screen. This window is displaying a guided fault-finding test plan that is currently running. Note that the upper tab is changed to Operation. This test plan window is similar to the test plan window in VAS PC. Any documents or connector views are available as buttons on the right side of the screen. The main difference is that the steps of the test plan that have already been performed are listed in order on the left side of the page. This helps you to understand what has been done so far. The buttons on the center bottom of the page allow you to go back and review the steps. The steps cannot be continued from a previous point. They can only be continued from the furthest point of progress. Diagnostic logs can be printed or saved in multiple formats. To begin the process, expand the Data section in the side menu area. From here, you can select Save or Print. The menu that appears after selecting either Print or Save provides three options: Long Log, Short Log, and Function Test Log. Choose your desired option and select OK. The file will automatically save to the default folder, and if launching again, will be found from this folder. You can also choose to save this file to a different location. After saving, a confirmation window appears with a file name and the destination where the file was saved. To save or interrupt a job, expand the Data section in the side menu area. Scroll down and select the Stop button in the Diagnostic Session area. Select Yes to save the current diagnostic session. A Save As window appears. This window already has the save location and file name in place. You can either accept these or change them. If the job is saved to the default location, the tester can be used to restart the job later. If the job is saved to a USB memory stick, that job can be restarted on any tester loaded with the same version of Odis. After saving, a window may appear requesting you to either send a support inquiry or cancel. At this point, since you are saving the job for later, choose the Cancel option and end the support inquiry. Now that the job is saved, you are returned to the main Odis window. To load the saved job, go to the Next button under Diagnostic Session. The tester must be in communication with the original vehicle to load the saved job. Note that the vehicle identification number is part of the file name. If Odis detects a different vehicle identification number, the test program will be ended. Choose the job that you would like to open and then select Open. The vehicle information and diagnosis log are now loaded. The test plans that have been loaded before are still loaded. However, any DTCs that have occurred since the test plan has been saved do not appear until the vehicle has been scanned again. To access guided functions, right-click on a control module in any of the control module screens. This example shows the Control Modules tab, but the menu can also be accessed from the Network Topology screen by right-clicking on a control module. Scroll down and select Guided Functions. A list of functions will appear. These functions are specific for this control module and not the complete list of all available guided functions for the vehicle. Note the difference between the available guided functions for the brake control module and the engine control module. Select the function you want, then select the Perform button. The test plan will automatically launch. However, the test plan is not added to your test plan list. To access Control Module OBD, right-click on a control module in any of the control module screens. This example shows the Control Modules tab, but the menu can also be accessed from the Network Topology screen by right-clicking on a control module. The Control Module OBD functions are a list of functions that can be performed to that particular control module. This function is different than the previous OBD operation in VAS-PC. An OBD function menu will appear. Depending on the control module, different functions may be available. Note that a Measured Values option is displayed in the OBD Functions menu. This OBD function for measured values is difficult to use. Use the Measured Values function located under Guided Functions. For our example, we have chosen Identification. Select the option and then choose Perform. The screen switches to the Results tab. This screen shows the control module part number, coding, and software versions. To access Vehicle OBD, right-click on a control module in any of the control module screens. This example shows the Control Modules tab, but the menu can also be accessed from the Network Topology screen by right-clicking on a control module. The Vehicle OBD functions are a list of functions that can be performed to all control modules in the vehicle. A menu appears with three options: Complete DTC Memory, Transport Mode, or Components List. In this example, Complete DTC Memory is not yet translated. This will be fixed in upcoming Odis versions. We will choose Complete DTC Memory and then select Perform. This option checks the DTC memory of the vehicle. This can be helpful to validate that the DTC has been eliminated after a repair. This screen also lists the communication type, software level, and part number of the control module. The Vehicle OBD functions allow you to take the vehicle out of transport mode, and if necessary, put the vehicle back into transport mode. Select Transport Mode from the Vehicle OBD functions, then select Perform. This opens a window that allows you to change the transport mode. To access the vehicle component list, right-click on a control module in any of the control module screens. Then select Vehicle OBD. Select Component List, then select Perform. The Vehicle OBD Component List will display all of the control module part numbers, communication protocol, and their software levels. To perform an adaptation, you can either go to the Test Plan tab, select Self-Test, and then go through the menus to find the adaptation you are looking for, or you can go to the Control Modules tab, right-click on a control module, go to Guided Functions, and see if that adaptation is available. If it is, you can highlight it, select Perform, and the adaptation will begin. The quickest way to view measuring value blocks for a control module is to right-click on that control module, go to Guided Functions, and then select Read Measuring Value Block. Selecting Perform launches the Guided Fault-Finding Test Plan. Go through the Guided Fault-Finding Test Plan until you are given a list of measuring value blocks. To load a measured value for reading, highlight that value, then choose the right arrow. You can also double-click, use the Shift function, or hold Control and select multiple values. The selected measured values appear in the selection window. Select OK to read the values. A new window appears. This window displays the names, values, units, and target values of all the selected measured values. This window can be expanded, and the columns can be adjusted to read the window better. Select Start Update to begin reading the measured values. Select Stop Update to stop reading the measured values. If you select a specific value, you can select To the Test Plan. If a test plan is available, it will be loaded under the Test Plan tab. When finished, select OK, and a chart of the measured value information will be displayed at the end of the Guided Fault-Finding Test Plan. At this point, the test plan can be exited, or more measured values can be read. If you are having difficulty with the Odis service application or test plans, you can easily let the developers know about it so it can be quickly fixed. In the right side menu, select Help, and then Support. The Send Support Inquiry window will appear. Type in your personal information and vehicle brand. Also, classify your concern. The priority can be left at For Information. If you think it would be helpful, you can attach your diagnostic session and insert the current view to place a screenshot into the support window. When you are all done, select Send, and your support information will be on its way, helping to improve Odis.